Britain will be sending Storm Shadow cruise missiles to Ukraine.
We've seen what Ukrainians can do when they have the right capabilities. In recent days, 30 Shahad drones have been shot down. The Ukrainian Air Force says 23 out of 25 cruise missiles fired from sea and land have been downed. And we have had confirmation that Lieutenant General Oshuk, the Ukrainian Air Force commander, that even Russia's much vaunted Killjoy air-launched hypersonic missile has been brought down. And that is why, Mr. Deputy Speaker, the Prime Minister and I have now taken the decision to provide longer-range capabilities. In December, I informed the House that I was developing options to respond to Russia's continued aggression in a calibrated and determined manner. Today, I can confirm that the UK is donating Storm Shadow missiles to Ukraine. Storm Shadow is a long-range, conventional-only precision strike capability. It complements the long-range systems already gifted, including HIMARS and Harpoon missiles, as well as Ukraine's own Neptune cruise missile and longer-range missions elsewhere gifted. The donation of these weapon systems gives Ukraine the best chance to defend themselves against Russia's continued brutality, especially the deliberate targeting of Ukrainian civilian infrastructure, which is against international law. Ukraine has a right to be able to defend itself against this. The use of Storm Shadow will allow Ukraine to push back Russian forces.
CNN reported that the UK has already supplied Ukraine with multiple Storm Shadow cruise missiles to support the highly anticipated counter-offensive against Russian forces. The government of UK on Thursday indicated it would send Storm Shadow missiles to Ukraine. They will be the first country to provide longer-range weapons to Kyiv. These are part of their support for Ukraine to help them boost their defense. Today I can confirm that the UK is donating Storm Shadow missiles to Ukraine, Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said. Storm Shadow is an Anglo-French low-observable, long-range, air-launched cruise missile developed since 1994 by Matra and British Aerospace, and now manufactured by MBDA. Storm Shadow is the weapon's British name. In France it is called Scalp EG, which stands for Système de croisière autonome et longue portée, emploi général, English, general-purpose long-range cruise missile. The missile is based on the French-developed Apache anti-runway cruise missile. They differ in that the Storm Shadow carries a warhead instead of cluster munitions. In 2006, to meet the requirement issued by the French Ministry of Defense for a more potent cruise missile capable of being launched from surface vessels as well as submarines, and able to strike strategic and military targets from extended standoff ranges with even greater precision, MBDA France began the development of the Missile de Croisière Naval Cruise Missile, or MDCN, to complement the Scalp. The first firing test took place in July 2013 and was a success. The MDCN has been operational on French FREMM frigates since 2017 and also equips France's Barracuda nuclear attack submarines, entering operational service in 2022. The missile has a range of approximately 560 kilometers, 300 km, 350 miles, and delivers a conventional broach warhead of 450 kilograms, 990 pounds. It is propelled at Mach 0.8 by a turbojet and can be carried by the now-retired RAF Tornado Ger 4, Italian Tornado IDS, Saab Gripen, Dassault Mirage 2000 and Dassault Rafale aircraft. 10. Storm Shadow was integrated with the Eurofighter Typhoon as part of the Phase 2 enhancement P2E, in 2015, 11-12 but will not be fitted to the F-35 Lightning. The donation of these weapons systems gives Ukraine the best chance to defend themselves against Russia's continued brutality. This means Ukraine now has the long-range strike capability that President Zelensky has been demanding ahead of the much-anticipated Ukrainian counteroffensive. Due to unavailability of Storm Shadow, Ukraine has to delay their counteroffensive. Storm Shadow is a fire-and-forget cruise missile developed by MBDA Missile Systems, a joint venture between 3 European aerospace and Game Changer, allowing Ukrainian forces to interdict Russian logistic facilities and resupply lines, headquarters and other military infrastructure well beyond the front line. The deployment of the missiles comes as Ukrainian forces prepare to launch a counteroffensive intended to retake Kremlin-held territory in the eastern and the southern parts of the country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in his address on May 10 that they still need a bit more time before any counteroffensive, in order to allow some more of the promised Western military aid to arrive in country. It is estimated the UK currently holds between 700–1,000 Storm Shadow missiles. Britain may have supplied the Ukraine from these stocks, with the aim of the IFU request to acquire stocks to backfill those missiles provided to Ukraine. With this weapon, Kyiv can now begin their counteroffensive.